Last month, James Harrison died at the age of 88. Probably haven't heard of him, partly because he lived all his life in Australia. But that doesn't change the fact that he is estimated to have saved 2.4 million babies. He almost didn't get a chance when he was 14. He got sick and had a lung removed. He was in the hospital for 3 months and required almost 2 gallons of blood from the surgeries. This inspired him to begin donating blood and plasma as soon as he turned 18. Every 2 weeks from 1954 until he quit or had to quit at the age of 81 in 2018. 1,173 times. Our faith in Jesus is a gift that gives us an infusion of the life-giving Spirit because his resurrection has the power to fill us in ways we cannot do for ourselves. Evil can suck the life out of us, and sin can bleed us out. Jesus made the one and final blood donation on the cross. And when God raised him from the dead, he gave us a way to recover from our life-threatening condition of original sin. Our life as a Christian is then to share this spiritual life force with others, as Mary Magdalene and the apostles immediately began doing once they realized Jesus was raised from the dead, and especially once they encountered his resurrected body. This Easter, I'm asking you to understand it is not enough to believe in the resurrection. It's not even enough to commit our life to him and make our relationship with him the most important thing, but to share Jesus with others. About 10 years after James started giving blood regularly, scientists discovered that his plasma contained a rare antibody called anti-D. So rare that only approximately 200 people have it out of the thousands who donate blood in Australia. This antibody prevents a potentially fatal disease for a fetus or newborn that occurs when a pregnant person's blood is incompatible with that of their unborn baby, prompting their immune system to attack it. So the plasma is broken down into many doses and given to pregnant women. And in James's case, that works out to an estimated 2.4 million babies having been saved, including his own grandchildren. We search for many things to make our life better, but the reality is we're all born with the fatal condition of original sin that can only be cured by anti-D, anti-death, the antibody that we receive in Jesus. Too many people are running around chasing pleasures or accomplishments that won't matter much in a decade from now, confuse love with something that's really self-serving and certainly not able to endure once sacrifice inevitably becomes necessary. We now have that antibody of the resurrection of Christ. We must share this with others who otherwise will die empty and unfulfilled lives. In Australia, blood and plasma donors are not allowed to be paid. So James gave freely and without cost. Jesus freely gave his life for us. And it's with that same generosity that we freely share his gift with others. We are Easter people. We who are Easter people know that it only increases the joy in our lives when we share our faith in the resurrection with others. Scientists believe that the blood transfusions that James received during his lung surgeries probably created the antibodies in his own blood. Similarly, in the struggle and sacrifice we experience in living our Christian faith, enduring to follow the Lord by forsaking our own agenda, that's the very thing that builds up our intolerance to sin and our own spiritual healthiness. This wealth of health becomes a source of healing and wellness to those whose spirit have but a faint pulse of life. So let's remember that we don't gather here today merely to celebrate Easter for ourselves, as much as to be reinvigorated to be Easter for others. As James was known as the man with the golden arm, may we go forth as the people with the golden heart, full of hope and the grace of Jesus, who is alive and continues to save the world through us.